Hey guys. Okay. So, one thing I just wanted to point out again, please, please, please make sure you're answering these discussion questions. Okay. Um, I know the digital journals were confusing for some people last year, so I try to make it as simple as possible. You will read your 10 minutes and you will write every single day. Okay. The only time we will not, days that we're testing or have a big project or something, I will always, always, always let you know if you're not doing SSR. Okay. But 99% of the time, we will be reading and writing. Okay. So if you're in my regular English 1 classes in person, then this is what it looks like. You can just click on the discussion post here, but I always have it linked for you on the instructions as well. If you're in remote, materials are in a different place, so it's always just going to be linked for you right here. I actually haven't linked this one yet, but I will. Okay, so make sure you read these too, the instructions. I know remote, you're really good about this. If you are at home quarantined, used to having me tell you everything in class, please, please, please read the instructions, okay? So here we have, you were supposed to complete the grammar diagnostic before break. Remember, I told you if you did not complete it, it's a 0 when we return, okay? If you did not, you were just going to keep on moving on. It's too late to do that. It's going to be the first grade in the grade book. You need to do pronoun antecedent. I'll explain more on that in a minute. Your class code is right here, okay? If you're in person, it's another Castle 7. If you're remote, it's Mellow Boot 92. That will be on your Schoology page, okay? A little note, again, reminding you it's a 0 in the grade book if you did not do that. So the goal that we are setting today, you are going to follow the link to No Red Ink. And this is what it's going to look like for you, more or less. Now, I'm not going to click down here because that shows all of the student names for me. I don't have a way to show you the student version, so I'm sorry. I just have the teacher version. So this is showing me all of the data. Now, again, if you didn't complete it, I'm going to make you do pronoun antecedent because this was the area all of us did the worst on. Ideally, we want all proficient, which is this green right here, okay? Because we have struggling, beginning, approaching, proficient. If you'll look, so we have punctuation with conjunctions, okay? That is putting a comma in a compound sentence, 10%. Commonly confused words. One of those is an entire section of the word a lot, which is not one word. It's always a lot. They're two separate words. They're never together. We only have 14% for that one. And subject verb agreement, we have 4. Guys, this is why not the main reason, or not the only reason, but this is the main reason why our writing is bad. Okay, this right here, these statistics, and I'm just being transparent with you, are not good. Your grammar is below a junior high level right now. It's at more of an elementary level. We've got to do something. I know your teachers are teaching you what this is rough, okay? We've got to fix this. That's why it's our goal this year that we're working on. We'll be doing a lot of grammar. We've got to get these up. You should be proficient in every one of these areas. These are basic, okay? I saw an assignment that my 3rd grade nephew did that was more complex than what we've been learning with grammar. Next week, we're starting at the bare minimum, okay? And I will say this. I'm sorry, my phone went off. It's nobody important. I will say this. I think this has everything to do with will. Okay, I know you guys know to capitalize the first letter of a sentence. Do you do it? No, you don't. And I'm going to start being very, very strict about it. We're going to talk more about this next week. We're going to start at the bare minimum. We're going to have a lesson over what to capitalize. Okay, we're going to have a lesson over how to use punctuation at the end of a sentence, when to use an exclamation mark, when to use a period, when to use a comma. This is not, I should not be having to go over this with you. We had a meeting yesterday with all of the English teachers that you've had since the beginning of elementary school, and your kindergarten teachers are crying that I'm having to teach you things that they've already taught you and taught you and taught you and taught you every single year. But I know you guys are smarter than this. I know it's about just that you don't feel like doing it, but this is important, okay? It makes your writing bad, and writing is so important beyond English, beyond the STAR test, okay? It's important. You need to know how to write professionally. So next week, we will be going over punctuation, capitalization, and basic sentence types, simple, compound, complex, okay? It was really hard to come to the decision to do this, but here's what's going to start happening. If your grammar does not improve, you're going to be getting a 0 on an assignment. I don't care if you did it to completion. If you don't use a capital at the beginning of the sentence, if you don't capitalize letter I, if you don't capitalize your name, whole assignment is going to be a 0. I don't know what else to do. We're really at a loss. The teachers have been struggling. The principals, we're looking at this data, and we cannot figure out how we have high school students at an elementary level when it comes to things like capitalizing. That is horrific. Okay, so if you're one of those that you know better and you're just being lazy, I'm begging you, please stop, or you're going to get really annoyed because we are going to baby you, and I'm going to be so strict about your grammar. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more review on those next week, and then from then on, if your grammar is not good, you are failing that assignment, because at this point, I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to make you guys capitalize your sentences. So that being said, you can see all of these, and you can see which areas you are struggling in, which areas you're proficient in, beginning, approaching. So you are going to pick. I have assigned assignments for all of these areas, or most of them. You're going to pick the ones you were lowest in, and you are going to do that assignment. Okay, so this is on you. So I need to make sure that you know you're picking the right assignment. So let me show you. So here are your choices right here. January 10th, not 8th. I wonder if I just made it due and it's open already. I will check the date on that after. So the first one, practicing identifying sentences and fragments. If you scored lowest on the sentence area, I need you to do this one, okay? If it was any type of sentence building. Subject-verb agreement. If you scored lowest in that, you need to complete this assignment. Yes, I do have this data. Yes, I will check. Practice 10, commonly confused words. If you scored lowest in this area, complete this assignment. Commas for clarity and punctuating with conjunctions. Now, if the area you scored lowest in is not listed in these, pick the one out of these that you did the worst on, okay? If you didn't take it at all, oh, I know the one I told you to do is not on there. I'm sorry for the confusion. Do identifying sentences and fragments, okay? If you did not take the grammar test, if you did not listen before break, and chose not to do it, you'll take your 0, but you still have to complete this. It is a separate grade, okay? So just do this first one. Everyone will need to have these. They're all the same length, okay? But you're picking the one, again, that you're lowest in, so don't try to go for length. They're all the same. Okay, so pick whichever one you did lowest in, complete it, and turn that in for a grade by the end of today. Good luck. Let me know if you need help. And before you do that, make sure you go and read the actual lesson. I know that you all just go to practice first, but don't just click through practice, get them all wrong, and say you don't get it. Go back to the lesson and read what the lesson says, and then come ask me for help, because that will be my first question is, did you read the lesson? Okay? All right. Good luck.